Get in the know. Non-stop Vikings talk. It's Purple Daily on Score North and ScoreNorth.com.
Football.
Yes. It's time for some football. Season begins tonight. It's time for some football. Let us throw the ball down the field. Chiefs, Lions tonight on NBC.
Here's a guy.
Now, here's a guy.
Jared
Are you guys
Goff.
fired up? Football is officially back tonight.
What do you think? We got NFL tonight. We got a full slate of college on Saturday. We got NFL on Sunday. We got NFL on Monday.
Oh,
Our lives are again complete.
yes, we are whole again. We're going to have NFL football all the way through like Valentine's Day. We'll see how far the Vikings can go.
It's
on
football
that journey.
weather outside.
It
We're
is.
getting a little
Yeah, it's a little
chill
chilly.
in the air.
Yeah,
Football
sleeve on.
weather. I absolutely love. I love this time of year when it starts to get a little bit nippy. Not too bad. Oh man, it's great.
Bundle up tonight, by the way, for the undisclosed location, the Score North and advertising partner boat cruise, dinner cruise tonight.
I'm going shorts though,
You're going shorts tonight?
and a hoodie. Yes.
Okay.
As long
I
as
don't
the
know, man.
as long as the top is warm, I'll be fine.
Okay. I don't want your
an
legs to get frostbitten tonight.
Big move.
I'm doing it. I'm going shorts. I'm not going to give in to the. I'm not going to wear long pants. Nah,
You're not going to let the weather dictate your clothing. Okay?
Exactly
You
right.
wear what
exactly
you want.
right. The problem is when you wear a short sleeve shirt in these situations, that's when it gets really bad.
Oh, yeah,
'cause your
'cause
arms
it's
get
59
cold.
degrees.
Because your
of
arms
course.
get cold. I know how to handle this. Okay.
Life advice from Judd. Don't wear short sleeves when it's cold outside.
Right, but you can wear shorts.
I agree with that largely. Like your legs are they're thicker. They're able to withstand some cold.
You got
more.
some
Speak for
meat on
yourself,
them.
but yeah. That's,
Yeah, maybe not for Declan.
Well, yeah, Declan's a rail, but
I will be in pants and hoodies. I will be bundled up.
yep.
Can I say before we get into the State of the Offense Thursday episodes are back starting today. I've got some categories for you guys. We have a random Viking of the week. We just tallied up the August numbers for Purple Daily. Thanks in large part to Judd's camp notes driving the content in August. So you guys are just the best audience of all time. You guys deliver, you support, you show up, you've helped us build this community. And August was the third biggest month in the history of Purple Daily.
Ugh.
August.
It's incredible.
It's training camp. It's not the season. It's not
Right.
usually like free agency's big.
Right.
So for it to pop like that in August because of just our training camp discussions and what have you, we can't thank you enough for the audience support around here.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Yes, clap for yourself.
Clap for
at
yourself.
home,
We're
in the
clapping for
gym.
you.
Yes, in your car. Put one hand on the wheel.
No, don't do it in your car. That might be dangerous.
A shout out to our friends at TCL for offering award-winning TVs for any budget, any space, all with stunning picture quality. And TCL also makes more than just TVs. They offer mobile products, audio devices, and home appliances. TCL brings you joy and simplicity through innovative technology. You can learn more at TCL.com. And a shout out to our friends, too, at AG1. So about 5-6 years ago, old Macadac discovered AG1 products. And boy, was that great for my brain fog, my energy levels, my gut health. AG1 is like nutritional insurance to start your day, or maybe to jolt your day in the middle if you get that sort of mid-afternoon haze. So, yeah, if you're like me and maybe you're not great at getting all the nutrients through foods on a daily basis that you need, it can be hard. You're busy. You're bouncing around. AG1 gives you 75 high-quality ingredients with important nutrients. And if that comprehensive solution is what you need from a supplement routine, AG1 is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/purpledaily. That's drinkag1.com/purpledaily. Boys, before I even get into the state of the offense categories here, what is your general feeling on the offense going into the season? So they were 8th in points per game last year. They were 11th in yards per play. And then analytically, they were 17th in expected points added. So they kind of outperformed where analytics said they should be. Where do you expect them? What is your bar for the Vikings offense in some of these categories this year?
Well, let's just go to scoring offense because I think that's obviously the most important one. I expect them to be top 10. I expect them to be top 10, and I expect them to be closer to 5 than 10. There's a couple things at work here. One is to go back to what we've been discussing this week. The consistency must pick up. You got to score points in the second and third quarters. You can't have a good first drive, get a touchdown there, and then stall out and then furiously rally in the fourth quarter and expect that to be a sustainable 2023 model after you did that a year ago. But what I like is this, the skill positions. I think the skill positions are in very good shape. I also think that the fact they're going to play more 12 personnel with 2 tight ends is going to give them more options. The obvious concern is the interior of the offensive line. But, I am hopeful this defense can be improved. And by improved, I've been talking about if they finish 20th. Like if they finish 20th in scoring, I think they were second to last a year ago. That's a huge improvement to me. But this is an offensive first team now. It's coached by a guy who calls plays and is a former quarterback himself. So, yeah, my expectations are very high, and I would think that this offense should be, again, top 10 in scoring, and I think it should be closer to 5 than it is to 10.
Yeah, I think it's on paper probably one of the best offenses we've seen over the last 10 or 15 years. Certainly when Kirk got here, that offense in 2018, at least on paper, was still pretty dang good, right? Thielen and Diggs, Kyle Rudolph was still pretty good. Dalvin Cook was coming into his second year. But he had kind of a unproven, and I'm just going to say it, bozo of an offensive coordinator, and John DeFilippo. And it didn't work. It didn't really mesh until Kevin Stefanski had to come in and save the day. But I think this offense in general, it had a lot of last year. It had a lot of long plays. It had sustained drives, but it lacked home run threat. And there was also times I thought the offense got a little too cute. There was second and one plays, second or third and short plays that Kevin O'Connell just had opportunities to get easy first down, and they got way too cute with passing plays. So there's definitely tweaks I think Kevin O'Connell can make to make this offense better. But to Judd's point, it's a floor of a top 10 offense. If it can do the things that I'm talking about, home run plays, not getting too cute in situations, could very well be a top 5 offense by the end of the year.
And again, if we're just talking scoring offense, they were 8th last year. They averaged 24.9, so let's call it round up, 25 points per game. Now they had 2 or 3 games where they just didn't show up at all and got their doors blown off. So it was, and now there's other teams that have that same thing. It all evens out after 17 games. So right now they are a top 10 offense. And Judd, you were kind of saying closer to 5. Here's how narrow, the margins can be, and this matters. At 8th, they were 25 points a game. The Lions were the 5th highest scoring offense at 26.5. So the Lions were like 1.5 to 2 points better per game offensively, which might not seem like that much. Oh, the Lions are round up to 27. The Vikings are round up to 25. But in NFL games where most of the point spreads are less than a touchdown, a lot of the games are coming down to field goals or a point here or there at the end. It might be as simple as sustaining an extra drive to get a field goal, or an extra, which we'll get into, an extra chunk play or two to put yourself in scoring range that you didn't have last year. An extra 3 points here and there in the third quarter to give yourself a little bit of a jolt, right? We're not talking about 14 extra points per game. The top scoring offense last year was the Chiefs at 29 points a game. So they were about 4 or 5 points better than the Vikings per game, and it seems like more than that sometimes when you watch the Chiefs and just how relentless they are. But we're talking like a field goal. We're talking like a field goal to get you into the top 5, not 2 touchdowns.
And if you really peel it apart, we're also talking about redistributing some of those points into other quarters.
Yeah, so you're not pushing them all into the last 2 minutes.
That's tempting fate. Like you're not going to do that. But can they score as many or more points redistributed? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's the dirty little secret was the fourth quarters were fun to watch and they were incredible. But if you're Kevin O'Connell, you would far prefer to have effectiveness in the second and third quarters and solid fourth quarters, but not these, again, furious rallies to come back.
Yep. So let's get into our categories here. We're going to bring a handful of offensive categories to the show every Thursday for our State of the Offense. And we'll start with 2 offensive trends that need to change in 2023. So we've set a bar here. Let's just say be a top 5 offense. Go be a top 5 offense. You got You got one of the top 10 to 12 quarterbacks in the world. Some people might say one of the 7 to 8 best quarterbacks in the world. You got the best wide receiver in the world. You got one of the 5 best pass-catching tight ends in the world. You got 2 other really interesting receivers in Jordan Addison and KJ Osborne. You got 2 of the best left and right tackles. Like, there's some holes here and there, but go be a top 5 offense. Well, if that's going to happen, let's start with this one here in terms of trends that need to change. Drives ending in a punt or a turnover last season. So we're looking to avoid punts and turnovers, right?
Yes.
The Vikings had the 11th most punts and turnovers last season. So they had the 11th most drives that ended in a punt or a turnover, which kind of shocks me. I actually thought that I knew that they had a lot of 3 and outs the year before, but it's second and third quarter, they were just full of 3 and outs and punts.
Yes.
So that was more anemic than the Rams, Cardinals, and Bears offenses in that category. Here's a crazy one. The Detroit Lions had 30 fewer punts and turnovers than the Vikings did last year. So that's like 2 per game. The Vikings are punting or turning it over twice more per game than the Lions were last year.
I buy that completely, especially on punts. And that's where I think the transition from a lot of 11 personnel to more 12 is going to help again, because you're going to be able to, or ideally, matriculate your way downfield without it being sort of an all or nothing. I think part of what Declan talked about is true, but I think part of O'Connell's play calling dilemma was how often it felt like they were backed up behind the sticks. And so now you're trying to get cute or trying to do something on second down that you shouldn't have to do, and you don't feel that you can necessarily call the play that you want. And so I think all of those things I think this transition of going from more of a Ram system to a 49er system is based on trying to lessen the amount that you're in third down and a really unfavorable position.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Like they even if it's like have a sustained drive that keeps your defense from, I think Judd is trying to fix a connection issue here, that keeps your defense from having to like get back out there while they're sort of panting would be ideal. But like when I see that the Lions had 30 fewer punts and turnovers than the Vikings last year, man, that's a combination of play calling. It's a combination of credit to Jared Goff for having maybe the best season, my guy Jared Goff, of his career. So the second category, I'll just throw this to you, Declan. Hopefully Judd comes back at some point. Explosive plays. So an explosive play being 20 yards or more. There he is. Hello, Judd.
I'm back.
Okay, he's back here. We'll see if he's back and better than ever. So explosive plays. The Vikings ranked 21st in explosive plays last year. That was behind the Jets, Texans, and Panthers offenses in that category. That's like pre-Aaron Rodgers Jets, obviously. The Vikings had 30 fewer explosive plays than the Chiefs and the Eagles. And so the Vikings had 55 all season, 55 explosive plays all season. Justin Jefferson accounted for I want to say, what's my math? So 30 out of 55. So like almost 60% of the explosive plays were Justin Jefferson. So you got to get more chunk plays, if you will, if you want to avoid punts and if you want to score more points and take an extra field goal here and there, right?
Yeah, it certainly feels like if Jordan Addison's going to be maybe the big play guy, KJ Osborne has shown ability to make big time catches before too down the field. It's just figuring out ways this offense where you can get more chunk plays and less jabs, right? There's got to be more basically knockout punches instead of being a finesse fighter, essentially, which is what the Vikings offense seems like it was going to be at times when they did have sustained success. They lacked a home run threat. They didn't really have that at all. So is Jordan Addison going to be that guy? Is Justin Jefferson maybe going to make that into his bag, or does he have just so much coverage around him that that's just kind of tough to project? It's interesting to see which one of those guys in the Vikings offense is going to kind of be the basically home run hitter in that lineup.
Yeah, and sometimes we think explosive plays, it's like only the passing game. And they do need guys outside of Jefferson to generate more chunk passing plays. But can running 12 personnel and having Josh Oliver out there on the edge laying an extra block, right? Like, can that lead to an extra 20-yard run every other game or something? That's another thing to watch.
And this also comes down, I think, in large part to O'Connell and what he's going to call. And I'd be curious to see if there is, and I don't know if this metric is kept. But if there is a down and distance that call for explosive plays, like 2nd and 3, play action, and now you go deep, I'd be curious to see how many times the 2022 Vikings were in a favorable position to call such plays. Because again, if you're at 2nd and 12, now you got to just try to get yards, and it's going to be hard to actually have a play action situation that's going to work as well. So again, does the switch to 12 personnel now put you on first down, 1st and 10? Now you get 7 yards. Now you're 2nd and 3, play action to Madison, but oh no, Kirk pulls the ball from Alexander's gut and takes a shot, and Addison's so like it's all. Like the play calling is not as simple as we think, because it's also structured on where you're at and what happened on the previous down.
Well, something too that like there's a few teams that are really succeeding running heavy 12 personnel.
Football.
That's right.
They're kicking
This
your
is
ass,
in the
what
weeds.
they're doing, Phil.
If you can't handle how deep into the meat and potatoes and weeds we are going right now,
Yeah.
then when we say 12 personnel, it means 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and 2 receivers. Okay.
And what you're about to say calls for violence. 12 personnel calls for violence.
Physical, formational violence. What you see, like the Giants run a lot of 12 personnel. Brian Dable and what he's sort of built around Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. The 49ers run a lot of 12 personnel. When you look at what they do throughout the course of a 3-hour game, they will run the same run action, right? All right, here we go. We're gonna load up 2 tight ends on the right, and we're gonna run we're gonna run a play over here, and it's gonna gain 5 yards or 3 yards or 10 yards. And then, like 1 in every 3 times or 1 in every 5 times, we're going to run that same action, and it's a play action bootleg out the other way. And now, like, the linebackers get sucked in. The Vikings running a lot of 11 personnel. I don't think the threat of that action. Like, Kirk is a great play action quarterback. I'm like, and a great bootleg quarterback. I'm not sure that they put him in those positions as often as they could have a year ago, and they're looking to maybe right that. The success that Brock Purdy had, the success that Daniel Jones had, a lot of that was because of the actions that they're running in the run game, in 12 personnel, and the bootlegs and some of the throws on the edge that the quarterback gets to make. How's that for meat and potatoes?
Shanahan actually fails on purpose at times. He fails on purpose to set you up, because what's football? Football's all about the redundancy. It's all about thinking.
It's a jab.
I see that. I saw that on film. So I know what they're going to do. And then the smart minds say, no, that's not what we're going to do. And so, yes, I agree completely. I also think 12 personnel just puts you in a more, it makes 11 personnel more dangerous.
Mm-hmm. To answer Judd's question, so last year on 2nd and 2 yards or less to go, 2nd down and 2 yards or less to go, the Vikings ran 19 rushing plays, 18 passing plays in those situations.
Okay.
On the rushing plays, they only converted 47% of the time on a first down, which is pretty poor.
It's brutal.
On the passing plays, they only completed 50% on first downs. So basically on 2nd...
Wait, they got 50% first downs? Or what?
50% of the conversion rate on a passing play for a new set of downs. So basically on 2nd down and 2 yards or less, the Vikings were less than 50% of the time not getting a first down. They were still
on any play.
On any play.
Got it.
On all plays. So they struggled there. And then the passing plays, they only averaged 5 yards per passing play when they were in 2nd to go.
See, that right there is like, that should be, first of all, I'd have to compare it to all the other teams. I would think that there's the Chiefs are probably higher than 47% on 2nd and short. But 2nd and short is a great open playbook opportunity for you to get a 20-yard play somewhere, right?
And what I love, though, is that they saw that and went out and have changed things.
Yep. Okay, category number 2. Boy, this is
football.
This is beefy. All this stuff. I know we got to get Judd out of here in a timely manner.
And I got a rando Viking of the week for you guys.
I know. So we'll kind of go through these here. And we'll have plenty more conversations. The season's just starting. We got Feedback Friday tomorrow. Okay, the second category is we're running it back along the offensive line. So I'm going to give you some, facts about the offensive line, and then you guys react and tell me, how do you feel? Okay. So last season in the NFL, over 300 offensive linemen played snaps of some kind. Mm-hmm. Ed Ingram led all of them in pressures allowed. Ezra Cleveland was third in pressures allowed. This is all guards, centers, and tackles in the NFL.
Wow.
Between those two guys, they allowed 111 pressures between the two of them across the, 17 games. On the flip side, Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill were both very good in pass protection. They were among the top 10 tackles in terms of pass rushing efficiency. So like the percentage of times you allow a pressure. Bradbury was I think he started pretty well. He had some bad stretches. He also didn't he have the sore back thing pop up again? Or what was it?
Yeah, late in the season.
Late in the season.
Car crash.
This time. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are some issues there. So it's kind of like you got two really good tackles. The interior was statistically a train wreck. Now, overall, Kirk Cousins was pressured on 36% of dropbacks last year, which is the 8th most in the NFL. So there were some guys who were pressured more. First, in context, the most pressured quarterbacks, so Cousins is at 36%. The most pressured quarterbacks were Justin Fields and Daniel Jones, both over 40%. Sometimes they were running into pressure, where it's like, oh, it's a bootleg. Oh, there's pressure. Or
Right.
like it's not drop back. Cousins is more, the pressure is he drops back and the guys are in his face.
Yes.
Tom Brady, on the other hand, had the best or lowest pressure rate, 19% pressure rate. I think he had a better offensive line, but he also knows how to just like take that extra step and kind of.
His center was out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he lost him in like game 1 or 2.
So they've kind of taken all of that stew and they've said, we're going to make the same stew and just cook it better in 2023.
Well, yeah, and if you put, this is what's weird because it's sort of, I think if you're a casual fan, it runs counterintuitive to what is the truth. But the fact that, as you said before, Phil, that Kirk is good in the boots. So Kirk is not a runner, but he's good in the boots, which means he rolls out, and throw. And,
Kirk
and
in the
can
boots.
So I firmly expect, again, to go back to the 12 personnel conversation. I firmly expect Kirk to be put in the boots more often. So like look, O'Connell.
Show us your boots.
Show us your boots.
I got concerns, okay? I got concerns. I think we all do. The interior of the line. But these guys made enough changes where I don't think they're going to bang their head against the wall. And I think one way to mitigate the pressure on Kirk a little bit from a year ago is to put him in the boots more often.
Okay.
So
I agree.
again, that's where I think the extra tight end, the blocking, what really looks like more substantial weapons. I think all of those things play a role. I do think that if and when we start to dissect this offense, there's going to be some startling differences at times.
Yeah, it's easier to put Kirk in the boots when you've got the extra tight end and you're really selling this over here and Kirk
and the
coming
edge is
out
blocked
over here, right?
And now the edge is blocked. Well, and you've got tackles. Oh. So now a big Haas is chasing me from the inside, but I'm going the other. I'm rolling out. Oh. So the big Haas, if I sit in the pocket, big Haas is going to hit me.
We have exclusive audio of Kirk Cousins listening to this conversation right now, by the way. Let me see if I can cue it up here real quick. This is, we have a live, it's a live.
We like that.
You like that?
I just said that we liked it.
You like that?
Yeah, right there. He's listening to the show right now. As we
Peyton
speak.
likes it too.
Speaking of Kirk Cousins, here is the third category. It's a new Kirk Cousins, perhaps, is what the category is called. So I want to reiterate a couple things we talked about on our State of Kirk Cousins episode earlier this week and throw another category in here too. So he is, whether it's Kevin O'Connell's doing or Kirk just evolving and seeing more, and he's like Neo in the Matrix now. He's seen enough as an NFL quarterback. Things are slowing down. He has been a new quarterback in situations that he struggled in early in his Vikings career. When he's pressured by the defense, the new Kirk last year was second in the NFL in yards per attempt. The old Kirk, before Kevin O'Connell, was 31st in yards per attempt when pressured. That is a night and day difference in the most. You're not going to avoid pressure. You're going to get pressured. Can you still make a play, make a big time throw, find a hot route somewhere, right? Fourth quarter performance, non-garbage time. So closer games in the fourth quarter. The old Kirk, this is like pre-2021 Kirk, 23rd in expected points added, behind Andy Dalton, Marcus Mariota, and Mitch Trubisky. The new Kirk last year, 5th in close fourth quarter expected points added, just behind Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes was like a distant first ahead of everyone else.
Sure.
And then I'll give you this one too: third down performance, where the other team generally knows you're going to pass. It's third down and 6, third down and 10. Like, you can run a play action, but they know what's happening here, so you just have to make a throw somewhere. The old Kirk, so first 3 years with the Vikings, 18th in success rate on third down, so just like converting a pass to a first down, behind Nick Foles, Mitch Trubisky, and a rookie Daniel Jones. Last year he was 12th. So he's jumped up to 12th in third down success rate. So I don't know. Is it a 1 year? He just had a great year in some of these categories, or because to me, if you're telling me, I've got a guy now who rises up in close fourth quarters, he rises up on third down more than he ever has before, and he's actually pretty damn good when pressured, I'll go to war with that guy. 17 games this year.
Yeah, that's coaching too. I think that's tailoring a system to your quarterback and making sure he is confident and gets it and feels empowered again. Yeah, no, I don't think that's a fluke. I think it's a very, very, I think the correlation between the improvements Kirk made, which were, in my opinion, a lot of things, and his decline in certain like counting stats, neither one of those are a fluke or a mistake.
Yeah.
I think there was an emphasis, and again, that's why, so to go back to category 1, okay, the punts, like you need to have less 3 and outs, but the turnovers, especially the picks, don't upset me as much because of the fact that Kirk is going to have to be, Kirk's going to have to be comfortable making some mistakes for the greater good. So it would be hypocritical to sit here and like harp on, well, he can't have picks this year. No, actually he's going to probably, and that's okay. The 3 and outs are a problem, but I'd far prefer to see what's considered in Kirk's mind a slightly more flawed Kirk who takes some chances than the old Kirk
Burrow,
who sort of buttons it down.
I mean, look at Burrow, look at Stafford before.
Yep. Burrow's a great example.
Yeah.
You're going to throw some picks. You're going to make some dumb plays, but you're also going to make some huge plays because of that.
Correct. Plays
Conservative don't win.
20 plus yards. I mean, Patrick Mahomes once in a while will throw a bad interception or something or get himself in trouble.
Yep.
And then category 4 here is just back up the Brinks truck. Justin Jefferson is probably next in line here. So Nick Bosa finally signed a contract, 5 years, $170 million with $122.5 million in guarantees. Do you think this signals that the Vikings are going to sign Justin Jefferson before the opener on Sunday? Are they going to reach a deal?
Oh, I think they did. Yes, I think they definitely are. I guess my only question is what's the term? So like if we thought it was going to be 5 years, I would say it's going to be slightly more than that, which is going to be difficult, but he's worth it. But I wonder, again, because he has 2 years left on his rookie contract, I wonder if it is going to be more in the 3-year range, which would make it look different as far as the finances go. That's my question. Does he want the Bosa contract now and slightly more, or does he want a contract akin to that, but that gives him freedom quicker? Because if he does a 5-year contract, that's 7 years. Mm-hmm. So that's my one question. But yes, I think it gets done. I think, despite the fact, as I said, it's difficult because it's going to be so huge. When it comes to contracts, this is probably one of the biggest no-brainers in my time following this team.
Yeah, and so I agree. Like, I know there's been some creative chatter. We've taken some questions on Feedback Friday about how, like, man, but what if could you get like 2 or 3 first-round picks and then use that capital to go up and get a Drake May or somebody? I think part of the benefit of, if and by the way, there's going to be like 5 or 6 quarterbacks that might be first-round worthy. Now they're saying, like, look, with Deion Sanders' kid popping up and Bo Nix compared to where he was a couple years ago, there's going to be other dudes after the first 2 picks that could be franchise quarterbacks. I want that guy sitting, if they go that route to take over for Kirk Cousins, I want that guy sitting in a car that also includes TJ Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson, Darisaw. Like, go get these pieces, and then if you move on from Kirk Cousins, that quarterback's going to have a much easier time scoring points and, sustaining drives.
Agree completely. Yes. Yeah. I mean, look, there's only about 3 receivers in the entire league that I would consider this contract for, but Jefferson is one of those guys.
Yep. Absolutely. So that is your state of the offense here, a preseason edition of State of the Offense on Purple Daily. Presented in part by a new partner here on Purple Daily. Purple Daily is now sponsored by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. So on this show, we like to provide football therapy for you guys. We are your sports and football therapists. Well, actual therapy has helped me personally and greatly in life. I know Declan has talked publicly about therapy. And so, like, whether it's death of parents or other life and professional events, maybe, for instance, you experience moments or stretches where it feels like your mind is racing. Your brain won't stop talking to you. It's almost like you can't turn off the chatter and you can't put space between yourself and your thoughts. Well, one great way to make those racing thoughts go away is to talk them through. And therapy gives you a chance to do just that. For me, therapy has helped unlock a lot of things in my weird and racing brain. It's helped me get out of some bad thought patterns and behaviors into new productive ones. And, just like great football players need coaches, they're great, but like you need coaches to help unlock certain areas of your career. That's how I personally view therapy. It's unlocking areas of your brain where you can push ahead and move forward. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. And if you do, you can help us out by using the code Purple Daily. So make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Purple Daily to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Purple Daily. Sometimes I think my dog needs therapy. Like, are you just constantly thinking about food?
Oh, no, your dog does.
And
So does mine.
Nutrisource. Yeah,
it's Nutrisource envy.
it is. Man, Maya was very excited. She did sleep in this morning, and we thank her for that. But instantly, like, oh, it's time. As soon as Dad opened his eyes, she's like, Nutrisource. I need my chicken and rice Nutrisource.
Stella is the exact same way. And for those of you watching this, you can see right there, she's got her training rewards treats. And yes, she basically is saying, get away from those. Those are mine. Open the bag and give me some. The Nutrisource training rewards treats are a great incentive for a dog to come inside after going out.
I picked some up at the pet store yesterday, and originally when I was checking, I was, hey, do you want a bag? And I said, oh, no, I don't need a bag. And then I instantly remembered, no, I need a bag because my dog will see them and he'll freak out. I won't be able to get through the door. I won't be able to do anything. I need a disclosed bag, sir, so please give me one so I can give my Vinny boy a nice Nutrisource treat.
The Vinster. NutrisourcePetFoods.com to find a Nutrisource retailer near you. That's NutrisourcePetFoods.com. Okay, if you're a human and you like food, but you're looking to lose weight, boy, that can be I like food, but I want to lose weight. How would you do that?
You've come to the right place because Sports Dad, who is the guy on the left and the guy on the right, oh my gosh, the difference is here to talk to you about my friends at Livia Weight Control Centers, who for the third consecutive year were just named the best weight loss program in Minnesota. That's right, not the Twin Cities, in the entire state, 3 years in a row. 3 years gold and 14 years of changing lives means that there's an offer on the table. And I'm going to tell you right now, Livia and the nutritionists and dietitians are going to help you. But how about this? 3 months free right now. If you join today, you're going to get 3 months free. You are going to be looking good and feeling good and just at the start of a weight loss journey in which they're also going to help you maintain your weight loss. That's the important thing. 855-GO-LIVEA. Livia.com, Livea.com, inside the state or not. You know what? If you are a Purple Daily fan in Florida, you can join too because it all can be done virtually. Your weight loss journey, the new you, Livea, Livia.com.
Yes, and thank you guys for supporting our partners here on Purple Daily. It's time for Random Viking of the Week, boys. It's Judd's turn to throw out the clues.
Well, protest, by the way.
Because
I'm doing this under protest still.
Well,
I'm doing it.
As of right now, Lawyer Chase has ruled that Declan was the victor in the Hank Basket controversy.
Lawyer Chase got destroyed on Twitter by a lot of Sports Dad fans. I don't condone that, by the way. Don't be... Lawyer Chase is a good man.
That sounded familiar right there. Listen,
yes,
I don't think that the contest was stolen by fans.
I don't condone that. All I'm saying is random Viking last week. I'd like to stop the steal.
Stop the God. So, all right. Until Judd appeals to, if you can find Alan Page to come on the show here, and
I did find a judge.
Okay, well, bring him on the show if you want.
Last week.
I love it. Judd's continuing the plight here. So the last handful of random Vikings are Hank Baskett, Bubby Brister, Lito Shepard, Asher Allen, and Jim McMahon. Overall, Judd has an all-time lead of 57, Declan 29. I have 12. I just started competing recently. In the new era, Judd has 5 correct, I have 4, and Declan has 3, including a 1-game winning streak with Hank Baskett. So Judd's turn to throw out the clues here. And we get up to 3 incorrect guesses each. So the new rule now, based on our discussion last Feedback Friday, is we need a trigger word to say, hey, I'm going to guess.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
You guys have thoughts on what that word should be here on Purple Daily?
I think me's fine. We
me?
did that on
Me?
random Minnesota athlete. Just me.
Yeah,
Me.
Me,
Okay.
me,
But the
me.
problem is, what if we both say me at the same time? That will have to be an issue. That will probably come
Then
up.
I will decide
Just letting
who
you know.
said it first, and I will make the ruling immediately.
Okay.
Okay. Then
it's up to the
there's no
judge.
replay review for that going
Right.
forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That's like a foul. That's like a baseball in front of the base. You might think it's foul. You might think it's fair. I'm Angel Hernandez, you guys. I got control.
It's my
Okay.
show. It's my show. Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Random Viking of the week. This random Viking hails from Columbus, Georgia.
Georgia.
This random Viking of the week attended Spencer High School in Columbus, Georgia, and was the Georgia High School Player of the Year.
Just kidding. What if you say me or I and then don't guess?
It's a buzzer.
Really?
It's a wrong guess. It's the baseball.
Otherwise you could hijack the whole thing and
It's
be
a
like
disengagement.
me. I.
It's a
Okay. So you
disengagement.
have to.
Yeah,
You have to.
if
You have to.
if you step off the rubber, it's a disengagement.
It's a buck. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a buck.
It's your it's a throw to first base. So you get you can stop the
No.
show, but you
No.
get a. Still
Okay.
very worked up about last week. There's a lot of pent up anger here. Stella, help me calm down. Bring me some Nutrisource. Okay.
Sounds like you need better help, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's nothing wrong with that. I agree with you actually on that totally. He played college football in the SEC.
Okay. I have another question here. I am going to Control F. Declan, you have the ability to see if we've.
This player has not been done.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay, I did that. I did it today
Okay.
because there's such a long list of players who have been done.
Okay.
But I could not find this player's name. All right. In his final collegiate season, he led the conference, so it's the SEC, in all-purpose yards and scoring.
Yards and scoring.
Yep, scoring. So points accumulated. Can I keep going or just some? In a game against South Carolina, while in college, he had 429 all-purpose yards, including 73 on kickoff returns, making it at the time the second highest total in a game in NCAA history. This former Vikings post-football career is focused on horse racing. He's got into the thoroughbred business.
What?
This former Viking was a third-round pick.
Oh.
This former Viking spent time also with the Baltimore Ravens and the Rams.
Okay. That's not my trigger word. I'm just saying okay.
That's not disengagement. No one's.
Yeah, you're
All
right.
right.
It does have to be me, because if you start saying a sentence and say
Yeah.
I, like, okay.
Yep.
So Vikings, Ravens, Rams.
Yep. This former Viking, his son is currently a highly recruited edge rusher from the state of Florida. High school kid, obviously. So a highly recruited, and I don't think he's committed yet. I've looked. But like schools like Georgia are after him. He is an edge rusher. This former Viking, I'll give you his coaches. Dennis Green, Brian Billick, Mike Tice, Scott Linehan. Just to be clear, those are all head coaches. Page 2. And now for the rest of the story.
Slow down.
So slow down. Okay.
Just give us a second here. Think on
Yep.
this. This is. I'm searching for players that we've done before to make sure. Just so you guys know, that's what I'm googling, or not googling, but searching.
I'm doesn't bother me one bit.
Just so you can see, this is the list.
I believed you.
Okay.
It didn't bother me.
I know there's a lot of controversy right now. A lot of
But I
people think
did-
that people are
but
getting
I-
screwed here on this show.
But just to be clear, I did go through, because Deck sent me the list 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I did go through and do a Control F. Which for you old folks out there is how you find out now. It's like a search button. Very, very cool. Love it. Okay.
Yep.
Did we do? Me. I think this is wrong, but I feel like someone has to guess something here. Is it Amp Lee?
Nope.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta fill. Check mark. Declan, no check marks. Okay. This former Viking, his best season came in 2003 when he rushed for 745 yards and had 644 yards receiving.
Me,
Yep.
Ontario Smith.
No. You both have a strike.
I was gonna guess Muelde Moore, and then I did a quick search and found we did him.
We did more really early. I actually
Yeah.
looked that up. I
We've
was thinking
we've done Ontario and Mweldy.
yeah.
Oh, is it me?
Me, Williams.
Judd, you heard me say me first.
He did.
And Mo Williams is going to be my guess. It was going to be before Declan
Yeah,
said
you
it, too,
can't-
just so you know.
It's correct. Mo Williams is correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
Oh my gosh.
No, but he did say me first.
I said me.
No, dude.
Otherwise, I would have said Mo when I said me. We have controversy 2 weeks in a row.
Well, we do, but we really don't. But we don't because the
rules are clearly stated.
The safe
Me.
word was born from last week's
Yep.
Hank Basket. I mean, you both got it again.
Man.
You both got it at the same time, but you
Yeah.
have to say me.
Mo Williams.
God, it's a good thing that we
Oh
put a trigger in place.
Gosh, dude.
That would have been 2 weeks in a row. for
Declan, you
sure.
forgot the trigger word. He said Mo. I said me.
You said
So
me. You said me, and then he got the answer right.
Yeah, but he didn't buzz in.
The only.
And in fairness, I was going to guess Mo Williams.
That's what I was gonna say. The only appeal is, are you telling the truth now about who you're gonna guess?
Yes.
But I feel that's. But you stopped the show.
This is karma, by the way. This is karma.
But Phil stopped the show.
Oh, I can't wait to read the YouTube comments on this.
This is
Man, you know we could all use a surly right now. Just crack a surly.
Hold
Let's
on,
go.
right now. I'm
Before I
thinking
die
about
lager.
before I die, which as the season begins to start. Look at that. Declan put that up despite his rage right now.
So mad.
By Declan's pool, before I die. But I mean, we're just talking about the tip of the iceberg. Now, before I die signifies what this show is all about. But I mean, we've got Logic Bomb. We've got Furious. We have such an array of great beers from our friends at Surly. And here's what I want. I want you to, as the football season starts, show us your cans as Declan shrinks off the screen right now. He can't be that mad. He won last week. I want you to show us your cans at Jay Zolgad on Twitter or X. Let's see what you're sipping on what is going to be starting tonight, a great football weekend. You can't be that mad, Dex. You won last week. I still don't have a win from that. So,
Dex, do you post any post game comments from you? Yeah,
No.
man, Mr. Goff.
dude,
Mr.
you
Goff.
can't be that mad. You won last week.
Mr.
because-
Goff, how do you feel about
Yeah.
what happened there at the end of the Random Viking of the Week?
I do have a question. So if you were to hold a press conference right now, I would ask one question. How did you forget to say me when we've been going through how absolutely important that's be like we just put the rule in.
It's the heat of the game, man.
But it's like World Series. Okay.
It's not World Series. No, this is opening week of new baseball rules, and you're going to make mistakes. It's not like we've been having this for years.
With 2 strikes, I just went like this, and I'm ringing
the pitch clock just ran out, and Judd's like, "Hey, how did you not know about the pitch clock?" I don't know, because I've been playing without a pitch clock my whole career.
Yeah, I think that's surprising.
I side with Declan. This has given me anxiety too. I just shout out an answer, give him the answer. You know, we could all maybe just use a joint trip together to the Renaissance Festival. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Beer, food, people dressed as Vikings, real jousting as well. Now, if that all sounds good to you, there's 16 stages of exciting entertainment and delicious food, 50 games, rides, and attractions, a Nordic meatball stand, fish and chips, over 500 food and beverage options at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. And I believe we still have the Score North app users giveaway going on right now in the Score North app. We got a 4-pack of tickets to the Bold North Adventure Weekend. The Renaissance Festival still open through October 1st, Festival Friday through October 1st. Visit renaissancefest.com for discount tickets, parking passes, park and ride options, and more.
I'm jousting with my Vikings flag.
Man, 2 back-to-back weeks of tension, of controversy. Amazing.
We sort of avoided the controversy to a certain degree, though, with the new rule.
Well, that's why you put rules in place. Of course, if we didn't put that rule in place, I think it would have been real close, because we both were on it at the same time.
But I think you were going to say, so you said me, which stopped the show, but I think you were going to say okay, and Declan blurted it out. It's a very Hank Basket thing. Yeah, I'm not sure who wins, Phil. To be honest with you, if you didn't say me, I'm not sure who wins.
We agreed on the parameters before the show. It is what it is. Hey, now, we just move on to next week, turn the page.
What we'll never know as you walk away with this win is what was truly in your heart.
I guess you'll just have to believe me.
We'll never know. Like there could be a debate about, well, do we really know Phil was going to say that? I don't want to raise that for the commenters. Like, I don't want you to focus on the fact
that's not it.
That there could be rampant cheating here. What was in Phil's heart? What was in his heart?
I guess you'll just have to take my word for it.
Find out next week.
I'm a trustworthy face right here. Who's got 2 thumbs and a trustworthy face?
Find out next week.
All right, daily Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die. We'll see you on Feedback Friday tomorrow.